Okay, and now it's time to add some text and get this stamp rolling. Um, I'm going to use this stamp as the basis for the series of 4. And so what that means is that I'm going to take the size of this image, which is 1500 by, let's see, 1145 pixels, to be the standard size for the rest of the series. And I'll show you that in the next video, what that means to template this. But for now, let's just work on this one stamp and create our template, and then we'll worry about gathering up the other 3 images and applying it. So I'll say OK to this. Okay, so what we're going to do is grab the type tool here. I'm going to choose Arial again, but not Arial Black, just plain old Arial here. And recall we played with it at 600 points. I'm going to take this down to 90 just to see how that looks first. Okay, it's a bit small, but I'll start with this. And the color I'm going to leave white right now. So let's just put in postage, which would be 44 cents. And now see how that's small. So I'm going to swipe over the to highlight the postage amount and take this size up now. Let's try 150. Nope, still small. 200. That's better. And maybe I'll go to 240. Remember, the stamp is going to be small, or 250 even. So we've got to be a little bit bold with our graphics, our text. So let me move this. One helpful thing is to pull out some guidelines. With regular Photoshop, Control R hides and reveals the scale here. And if I click with the Move tool inside the horizontal ruler and drag, it'll pull down a guideline, which is very useful. And on the vertical scale, the same thing, and I can pull a guideline to this side. And what I want to do is make these guides be about even. I'm getting it to snap a little bit here, so let me move that out of the way. There's a snap control, that's good here, which I can turn off, but I'm going to just do that for now. Okay. Might even go a little less than that. So let's take this out this way a little bit. But notice that horizontal and vertical guidelines are equidistant from the edge of the frame. And now I'm just putting this snapped right in there. Good. Okay, let's try another one here. And I'm going to put in USA. So we don't need 250. Let's take it back to 90 just to start with. And I'll make that all caps. And it's very much a trial and error and do it by sight kind of thing. It's an appropriate size, and when we're designing with type, a conventional thing to do is to put in another guideline here and stretch this USA to come right out to the edge of the 4, right in here. Okay, so what I need is to click on the type tool again, and notice that I have these tools here. Right here is the paragraph and character dialog box. And when USA is highlighted in the layers palette down here, this stretch here is called kerning, and what that does is it can stretch or shrink the relative distance of each letter to the one next to it. So what I want to do is bring the corner of the A right where it is and the left edge of the U up to the edge of the left guideline. So I'm just going to again input various amounts until I see what I want, see what I like here. I can also bring the size of the font up a little bit. But this is getting pretty good for 20. looks pretty good. Okay, let me move this out of the way here. Oops. Or just close it. And so I'm trying to relate the USA to the 44 as one graphic block. You could also think about this as a square here. And use your intuitive judgment and kind of, just use your eye and think about this. I'm going to pull out another guideline here, the same margin width as the other side. And I think I'm going to put her name right up along the side here. So let me show you how to do that. So click this, and I'll go to 120 points for starters. Oops. And I'm just going to type this horizontally for starters. I'll do all caps here. And notice that we don't need it stretched right now, so I'm just going to highlight it all and click on that and bring the kerning down to 0. And I think 120 is too much, so I'll bring it back to 90 and work from there. Next we want to, oops, no problem here. It failed to bring this element down to 0 and 90. Next, let's rotate it. So I'm going to say Edit, Transform, Rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. So I'll just click that and move this over here. And bring out another guideline just to, there we go. Let me get rid of this. Well, no, I may need this. Let me try a stretch here, 100. Yeah, that's kind of nice, so I'll get rid of this now. Great. Now this side of the picture I could make a little darker to let the white type show up a little stronger. Oh, when USA got stretched out. You never know here. Alright, so hit the type tool, the paragraph dialog box. That went to 420 as well. I don't know how. I guess I did want that. Anyway, 200. Let's see what happens here. Notice there's no hard and fast rule about this. It's just a matter of tweaking things till it looks right. I think the font got bigger. That's what happened here. So I'll take that back to 90. I probably had the wrong. And then I'll dock this right in here. Put this back to 420 where I had it. A little bit like cooking, add a little salt. If it doesn't taste salty enough, add some more. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to show you was darkening this side. And so I'm going to take a Lasso Tool here, which is the third tool down in this toolkit, and just create a broad kind of free form. I'll even go broader and more free form. Oops. So I'm just clicking and dragging and drawing this till I have a shape that's going to be fairly free form. And there are many ways we could do this, but I'm choosing this way to do right now. And I want to click Refine Edge to feather it. It's called feathering. And I want to take that feathering out so that when I darken that value, I won't see an obvious transition there. Okay, and say OK to that. And then I'm using levels, so that's Image, Adjustment, Levels. Have to be on the right layer, so back here in the layer palette, click on the layer with the picture, Image, Adjustment, Layers, Levels. And this dialog box shows us a histogram that's all the values from white to black, and I'm just going to take the midtones and darken it a little bit like that, just moving the mids over. Okay, and that vignettes the outer edge a little bit, and now I'm deselecting with a Control D or Select Deselect. And great. So we have the basis for a good templated stamp here. And that's about it. I'll see you in the next movie.